Hello Ace family. In this video we're going to go ahead and tackle spray paint. There's a lot of options here. Most of those are color, but I want to go a little bit into the specific product differences and how to make a good recommendation to our customers. So first thing, I like to stick with that good, better, best because it's easy. Everybody kind of understands it. Customer here, we'd say, awesome, Ace is good. We've got the Rust-Oleum 2X that's better. And then the highest quality paint that we have is going to be right here on the end, that is the Rust Stop. Now, I want to start with just basically an understanding right from the beginning of paint. Anytime you paint, whether it's spray or roll on, it starts with good preparation. So all of these paints you can get by without using primer, but it is, I always tell customers, go, look, you know, if you're just doing something cheap, doesn't really need to last, you can definitely get by with just doing the paint over top of it and it'll be fine. If you want something that is going to last, a good top coat, the key to a good top coat is a good base coat. And a good base coat is going to be a good coat of primer. So if I like to recommend, like, hey, go ahead, we can do a coat of primer on this, and then we can do the coat of paint on top of it, and that will make it the best of both worlds. It's not going to flake off, it's going to take any damage that might hit into whatever the project is, and it will last for years. And so again, that doesn't mean we want to force everyone, you know, that we're going to tell someone that, oh, we're not going to sell you paint until you buy primer with it. We're not going to do that. Just if they want the best result possible, it's always great to use a primer, regardless of the quality, you know, a good, a better, a best on it. So, and a lot of times they just need a cheap coat. They're just marking something real quick. Then that's great. We can just get them the paint and get them taken care of. Let's see. So within the paint, I'm just going to try to point out a few specialty products. Right here on the end, we have some of Rust-Oleum's hammered paints right here. They're just a kind of a specialty finish sort of deal. You get some oil rub bronze, you get some copper, you get some well, some gloss black in there too, and there's some red, some hammered silver that's got some variation in it. It looks cool, and if you're trying to match some hardware, that can kind of be a good option for it. Okay. Next, we have some glow-in-the-dark spray paint here, and we have the clear coat and the 2X. Sometimes folks want a little extra layer of protection, and doing the clear coat over it never hurts anything. There is everything from a matte to a satin to a semi-gloss to a gloss on here, so there's a lot of options for it. We've got the clear spray paint right here too. The cheapest paint that we've got, sometimes customers are looking for a very inexpensive option. This touch and tone paint is about as inexpensive as you can get. You just need to mark something just real fast, and it doesn't need to last. That would be the ticket. Let's see here. I'll stay down here. This peel coat stuff, it is meant to be sprayed on, and then if you ever want to peel it off, it's kind of like a rubberized coating, and you can just scrape one end and you should be able to pull the whole layer off. I haven't tried that stuff myself, but I've heard good things about it. We've got a self-etching primer, automotive primer, ultra high heat paint, not primer, ultra high heat paint. So if someone's doing something on an engine, a lot of times someone's redoing a barbecue grill, that would be a few applications where you'd use a high heat paint, and that would be a situation where you wouldn't have a primer. There's not going to be a primer that's going to hold up to that heat, so that paint is made to be sprayed right on as long as the surface is clean and ready for painting. We do have some lacquer, automotive primer, cold galvanized compound, and then we've got some Rust-Oleum brand. Some folks, some customers do like the Rust-Oleum brand. They've got a big name in paint. And then we're on to the premium Rust Stop here. We keep plenty of primer in stock. and gloss black and gloss white are the biggest sellers. We keep plenty of that around, but there's a lot more high sellers too. The safety red, the aluminum is real popular for us. So, but that kind of gets into color. Here we've got appliance epoxy. This is chalkboard paint. So if someone wants to write chalkboard somewhere, or wants to write on something chalky, that whether it's making a table into a chalkboard paint, or where you leave your keys, you want to be able to write notes. There's that, and then we're into marking paint. So right here's all the marking paint. We've got a bulk discount on most of it. We do a lot with our local schools to make sure to get them taken care of locally at a good price. The marking paint, what you kind of have to watch out for is there are different tips that are available with these. So one of the tips is this guy right here on the left and right, and then the next tip is going to be just on these. It's just a straight tip. These are meant to be into a machine or kind of hand applied, but the whole purpose is these are actually meant to be applied upside down. And when we got these in, I was real excited about those. These are marking paints, but they're meant to be sprayed right side up. Sometimes you need a paint that you can mark stuff that isn't an upside down paint. These do not spray. If you spray them like this, they work a lot better if you tip them upside down. These do not spray very well if they're upside down. They have to be right side up. So just a few options, a few things that come up with those, and we've got a variety of different colors. Right here we've got the chalk paint and the spray. We've got some specialty metallic decorative glitter paint right here. A few more clear coats for frosted glass or matte finish. Like the chalkboard paint, we've got dry erase. So if you want to have something that you can dry erase marker on, that would be your ticket. And then we've got rust reformer, some hammered textured paints, and then we've got special camouflage paints up top. So the camouflage specifically, they are ultra flat, ultra matte paints that are meant to be camouflage colors to help touch up decoys, or if you're really manly and have an American flag tattoo, paint your pickup, because why not? So these really come in handy. Really, if you want to blend in, but a lot of hunters definitely use them. That's definitely the market those are geared towards, and they do come in handy. So that's all up front. Now the rest of this section looks absolutely horrible. We never want the store to look anything like this anywhere, but spray paint has hit really hard at the time of this video. Starting to get better. We're hopefully we're going to see that, but we wanted to make sure to do a video to make sure that pointed out a few of the products, and we can get customers taken care of. There's one thing I forgot right at the beginning here, and that is we've got these hiding, so it's even more important that you know this. Here we have a little marking paint applicator would be the technical term for it. So basically your upside down spray can, so that you don't have to bend over to spray. You can put it on a pole, and that's a lot more comfortable if you have to do a lot of marking. You'll see a lot of guys in excavation or building construction that will just have these so that they can mark everything they need to. Also, if you don't want to get paint on yourselves, don't forget, we've got latex gloves, very inexpensive if the customer doesn't want paint on them. We've got these Comfort Grip paint sprayers too that snap on to any can, so that they don't have to be pointing with their finger. They can actually pull with their whole hand on it, and it's a little bit more comfortable. So anyway, okay, now I think that's it. As always, let me know if you have any questions, and thanks.